Guys, what is going on? We're gonna go over support and resistance, what it is, how it looks on the charts, and I'm gonna try to draw it out for you guys, make a visual representation. So excuse my terrible drawing. You could clown me for it in the comments if you want. But let's say that we have a house. All right, we got a nice house, and it's a 3-story house. Right, we have boom, boom. This is that's supposed to be a house. All right, so in order for us to be, we're on the first floor, right? This is where we start. Everyone starts on the first floor, right? We're on the first floor. How do we get upstairs? Well, in order to get upstairs, we have to go through the ceiling, right? So when price goes through the ceiling, even like in a Mario game, when you get through that next level, boom. Well, guess what? Now you're here, right? And now this ceiling becomes your floor. So now this is your new support. So we know that this is a good place for us to keep running and see if we can jump again through what? The next floor, the next ceiling to get to the third level of the house. Okay? But let's say for some reason we're in the middle, right? We're in the middle of the house on the second floor and we don't make it to the next ceiling, right? Let's say we just jump, hit it, and reject. And then we fall so hard that we fall through the floor. Well, guess what? Now we're back on the bottom, and this previous floor is still a good bounce spot, and this second story is still the ceiling. All we did was just went up a level and fell right back down. Now, if we go through the ceiling, right, and we come up, well, then what? Now we're on the third floor and we're good to go. So that's literally how stocks work as far as support and resistance. Now, I guess another way to do it with support and resistance would be if it's just two levels, all right, and the stock is just doing this. This is going to be your consolidation. So when we're in consolidation, like SPY is, and I'll show you guys, all we wait for is to either, oh, whoops, too many. All we wait for is to break one way or the other. We're either going to break up and then come back, use this as entry and go, or what? Or we're going to break down, use this as entry and continue. So it's just like that. Just keep it very simple with your support and resistances. Don't make it anything crazy. So now for an example on SPY, on a smaller time frame, right, on the 1 hour, it's supposed to be down here. So this is a resistance and this is a support. So what happened, right? We came up to this resistance, stayed in the middle, so there's no trades, came back up to the resistance and rejected. Great, right? That was a good rejection. Maybe we came right back to that same ceiling that we went to for the third time and fell. Granted, it was a slow fall. I mean, this was a good trade. This is what we caught. I caught like 160% on that fall. Actually, let's see. Look, everybody's making. These are all just profits. If you're in the Discord, by the way, 136%. Yesterday at 10:06. So that would be April 21st. Today's April 22nd. That was yesterday, right? So that was a great trade. But now, guess what? Today we're right back in the zone. We're not near the resistance or near the support. So I have no trades to take until we either decide to break above this ceiling and go, or we decide to break below the floor and go. Right? So that's all I wait for. If there's no trades within that zone, well then I have no trade to take. And this is what I consider a chop zone. So now for another example, I'm actually gonna just delete. I guess I'll back. So now for another example, right? Let's say on the 1 hour, we could zoom out a little bit. On a bigger time frame of things, this whole area, this whole time was consolidation, right? And then we finally broke below it, retested, and fell. Broke above it, bounced, and went, right? So in the bigger time frame of things, we essentially broke below, right, and took it down. So that was the break of this consolidation. And then we had another support, right? We could say another support right here. Where is it at? Here we go. So this was another support, right? You can see price bounces here, here. Boom, we broke below it. But now look, watch. So like this was another support I had. This is another support. But so we break below out of this one, come down to the next floor. Broke below, almost tapped this floor that I wanted, and then broke straight back through the ceiling. So now that we broke through the ceiling, this previous ceiling now becomes the floor again, and we go right back to the next ceiling, to the next level. And guess what? This could have been a rejection, but instead we broke right through this next level and used it as a bounce to continue right through the next level. So that's really, like, in my opinion, the easiest way to break it down. And I'm sorry if I'm not the best at explaining, but I'm trying to give you like the most basic explanation of support and resistance. It's just key areas where a stock has bounced in the past, right? Or rejected. So, like, literally, you could use all right there, and that would still be valid. And then all right here, like you see where the price just bounces, bounce, bounce, bounce. And then for the top, reject, 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 reject. We like barely break through there. It's hard to break through there, right? So Microsoft today, we'll use Microsoft for an example today, and of support and resistance, and why I didn't take this trade to the upside. So this is an area where price has previously rejected pretty hard, right? We broke through this floor, retested, and fell. All right, so in the past, let me drag it all the way back. In the past, right here, above this area, we went up. But now below it, we went down. So this is a strong key level, right? So with that being said, if price is approaching a major supply, right? This is considered supply, a sell zone, then I probably don't want to take it long yet until I get confirmation of a break through this level, and then I could take the pullback long to the next level, right? So that, and yeah, it's about up here. So that is how you can gauge. I mean, you can really just trade off support and resistance if you wanted to, but there's like also key levels that go into it when you should sell. Like there's more that goes into it, but this is a great beginning of just understanding how the market moves off of supports and resistances. And once a big breakout happens, you can grab the retest. Like this is a perfect example on Microsoft. So right here, this was a supply. All right, this whole thing was a supply zone right there, right? This is where price fell, came back, rejected. This is a supply. So we're expecting price to reject again here, but it didn't. Instead, it broke right through it, right? So since we broke through that, guess what? Price came right back to it, right back to the top of it, to bounce, to go higher to the next area of supply, right? So this is supply is when it rejects. All right, so hits supply, falls, and then the bottom is demand. So once we break through the top, right, of this previous supply, well, now this becomes our demand. So this is where demand is to go into our next supply. All right. It's kind of a lot. I don't know. I hope I'm gonna watch it back. I hope I'm making sense. But that's really what I mean. Just go to higher time frames, even, and just look for yourself at where has price rejected and bounced a lot, like right here, right? You can see clear as day that this is. Let me make this line thicker actually, so you can see it clear as day. And I'll take off all the drawings. Let me take off hide all. This is everything right there. I mean, you can see that clear as day. This is where it bounced, and then once we broke below this level, this is where we fell. There you go. This is where we bounced. Right below this level, this is where we fell. See? So even just charting, like go on your trading view and just chart support and resistances and like see how it works out. See what happens when price does get to where you want it to get to, and see if you would have been right or if you would have been wrong. Meta's daily. If we close up, that looks like a perfect pullback to just launch, right? So on Meta, delete all that. Let me take this off. Boom. On Meta, we have a supply right here. All right. So we did reject at this supply, and we may not break through it. But if we do break through it, we could use this as a retest to go to our next area where price rejected, which would be the 741 area, 740 area, right? Because you can see clear as day that price gets rejected every time. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, we fall every time we get there. So that's your supply. So now we break through it, and then we'll continue higher. But look, I mean, it rejected. This could be the retest to come fall back down. All right? So I hope that all made sense. And if it didn't make sense, tune into the Discord. Links in the bio. Lowry Trading Academy on Instagram. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to reach out and ask questions. I answer everybody's questions in the Discord for the most part. I try to get back to everybody. Try to make videos for everybody. I'm going to do a lot more educational videos. So if there's something I could improve on or explain better, feel free to throw it in the comments. That's what we're here for. We're here to learn and grow. Let's go, baby.